picked a koan, and the koan is the sound of the bell and the seven panel robe. So this is from our traditional text. It's the koan, our first koan book, um, from, you know, 1500 years or so ago, that's passed down through the generations of Zen students, and I love it. Something about these old koan books that we have that I really just feel they are very profound. Um, and how I describe or define profound is that we can pick it up and look at it at any time, anywhere, and it's relevant or it's in sync. Something about this sort of universal synchronicity um, is very profound. So, okay, here we go. Uman said, "The world is vast and wide like this. Why do we put on our seven-panel robe at the sound of the bell?" So that's the koan. That's the question. Um, and of course, he's talking to a sangha, probably at his monastery or a monastery, where it's mostly monks. And so monks, I guess the kesa, the priest robe, it has seven panels, right? And so when they become a priest, when someone becomes a priest, they'll sew together the seven panels, um, and create the robe. So he's talking to the preaching to the choir. Why do you do this? Why do you show up every time we hit the bell for a zazen? And it's a universal and open question. It's like, why practice? Why do you practice? And there's no right answer for everybody. We all have our own answer for why we practice. Uh, so it's really a reminder to consider what are we doing? What are we choosing to do with our life? And what's our inspiration? What's our motivation? Um, so I'm not sitting as much as some of you, especially these 2 weeks. Uh, and so we're all at different places in our practice, and we're all practicing at different amounts. So the question applies to each of us uniquely. And one point I wanted to make about this, in Daisen, somebody brought up the word habit, and it caught my attention. I was like, yeah, that's it. Is it just a habit? Like, is it good to cultivate the habit of doing something regularly, particularly, something that's really helpful and powerful and healing, such as Zazen? Is it good to develop the habit? Oh, I just do it because it's my habit. Of course that has merit. It's very powerful to develop good habits. And I think that's, I don't know, in my mind or projection, that's part of what I think he's calling into question. Hey, are you here just because it's a habit? Every time we hit the bell, do you just put on your robe and just show up just because it's something you've just, you know, it's part of your schedule? And I think the answer to that is that no, we don't want to do just a habit. I'm not here just because it's my habit. I'm here because this moment is the only moment there is. And I'm expressing my true nature, uh, practicing my true nature by dropping off ego and thought. Um, he goes on to say, and it's kind of funny the way he talks about this. He says, for even though you may become enlightened through hearing sounds and come to realize mind by seeing colors, that is the ordinary way of things. People do not know that for real Zen monks, when you are riding on sounds and becoming one with colors, everything is clear, moment by moment. Everything is full of wonder, action after action. Even though you have extinguished both sound and silence, what will you realize here? If you hear with the ear, you cannot realize it. When you hear with the eye for the first time, you will become intimate. Listening with your eyes. That's a funny visual. Um, in my class, I have very unruly second graders. And I find myself sometimes, I just need them to walk from here to there. Sounds simple enough, but it can become the most impossible task. And so sometimes I'll resort to saying, hey, guess what? I have something over there I want to show you. And they're like, really? Okay, let's go. And then they're very disappointed that it was just doing more work over here. But that's what this calls to mind, right? And I think the suggestion is that's how we can practice with ourselves. It's like, oh, I don't want to go over there. I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to, you know, be my true self. And I don't want to just go there because it's a habit, because I know what to expect, because it's a comfort zone. And I can just kind of chill and relax and kind of forget my days or just feel comfortable. Right? We may need to convince ourselves that there's something new and exciting over there. I wonder what will happen this time. Um, and so it can be a bit of a game. I mean, like it's always a game in some way. Uh, Trying different techniques and different, I don't know, variables to keep ourselves intrigued and motivated. And sometimes cultivating a habit is the best way to do that. So, right, obviously, this isn't a, against habits. Habits are essential and powerful and awakened. Like the other koan says, just reaching back for our pillow at night. It's just what we do because it's an extension of who we are in the moment. So developing the habit is essential, but that doesn't mean that it is a habit. It's always an opportunity to be intrigued, to see the mystery of the ordinary, and in a sense, this is part of what I've experienced with the love practice that I promote. The love practice I promote has, right? It's kind of a gimmick. It's kind of it's a technique. It's a trick to get myself into the space where I'm loving whatever this is. Sometimes I don't like this, but if I love it, then it's new and exciting. Sometimes I like this, and if I love it, it's still new and exciting. Um, it's a way I've found for myself to kind of snap out of the habit, the habitual mind, the rote technique, and bring a fresh perspective and emotion to this, realizing that this is all there is, always. This moment is my life and always will be. Uh, and if I can love this moment here, then I love this moment when it feels and looks different. And I can get re excited about it. Uh, yeah, so waking up, for all of us, waking up to uh, this reason that we're here, this intention that we have to be our true self. It is a powerful reminder. Uh, no matter where we're at, no matter how much we practice or don't practice, or what kind of practice we have this reminder about why we're here. The reminder is a question, it's not an answer. Um, And I laugh at how he says for real Zen monks. That's the kind of language that got me inspired in the beginning. I want to be a real Zen monk. I want to be a real one. Uh, and that's, I think, it's a great inspiration, but it's the biggest pitfall. Right? It's exciting and challenging. And yet, in the end, it's it's maybe more helpful to recognize there is no real Zen. That whatever we're doing is real Zen, even if it's not Zen. If we're doing it, it's as real as it gets. And if we can see that, then we can start to connect our lives with our Zen. No, wherever we are. We can stop saying, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not here, I'm not blah, 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 and so it's not real, so I don't have to really do it. I think the trick is to realize it's all real. Faking it is real. Doing it as a habit is real Zen. Doing it with a fresh mind is real Zen. Because it's you. Whatever you are and wherever you are is the real Zen. And accepting that gives us more freedom to follow that intuition. If I realize I'm my true self no matter where I am, I'm more likely to show up in this particular place, not the other way around. Oh, everything's real, so I don't have to do nothing. It's not how it works. Everything is real Zen. So I'm going to put myself in a place to remember that. So that's the gateless gate. And I encourage you all to own your real Zen. And practice remembering why you show up wherever you're showing up.